Well, we are back with the Tactical Masterclass save. And it's been a long journey since the end of the Cambridge United part of Tactical Masterclass for this year. Because I managed to do 2.5 seasons of a series with Guingamp in France. And then the saves all went weird. And I couldn't revert all the way back to Cambridge because I deleted them, so I've had to start again. So if you are excited for a 2023 to 2024 sequel series or something along that long lines, when it finished in like 2030 or something, then give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel as well for FM24 content videos. Hit the bell for mobile notifications. And check out all my socials down in the description below, as well as comment a comment saying, are you going to use this tactic for when I do show it you? So remember to comment that for when it gets a chance to tell you what tactic we are using. And that club we are starting off with is Dagenham and Redbridge. So basically what I did is I have, instead of simming a season into the future and just joining whichever club comes my way first, I've decided to do it a bit differently. So, we'll be picking a random nation and a random club and a random league, and whichever club we get, we join, and that club we joined was Dagenham Redbridge. So we picked 1 out of 5 for the top 5 leagues in Europe. Number 1 was picked, that was England. Then it was number 5 that was picked, that was National League. And then I think it was like number 12 or number 14 in season preview. And that was Dagenham and Redbridge, even though it says now media prediction 12th. At the time it was like 14th or something along those lines. Because of that, Dagenham and Redbridge was picked. And then, if you want to know how I did that, I did it all with the in-game editor that we will be using for this save, just so I don't get sacked halfway through the save when trying out these new tactics. If the tactic's bad and it doesn't go well, or if a new owner comes in and wants to sack me, it kind of ruin the whole idea of the save if I am sacked. We'll also be joining a national team in January, as yet to be decided, but I think I've picked number 15 out of 211 nations. So number 15 was picked, so that'll be 15th best team in the world, which I think is Mexico or something along those lines. It just depends what happens from now until January in video game. We've also changed a bit of differences with the Cambridge United universe. Austria, Czechia, Hungary, Turkey and Ukraine have all been loaded. That is because I've decided to do 5 random nations, or 5 pick nations. So the pick nations are England, France, Germany, Italy and Spain, because they're the top 5 leagues in Europe, or top 5 nations in Europe. And then the other 5 are the random picked ones, and they all ended up being in Europe. So there's no like going to Japan, there's no like going to Brazil or Argentina, which is going to be disappointing because I wouldn't mind managing those nations, but oh well. We're just going to have to deal with it and play in these 10 nations, hopefully at least once until the end of FM24. But what tactic are you playing with for this season, I hear you ask? Well, it is the GYR's Spider-Man FM24. It's a 5 at the back, well technically 7 at the back. It's got 2 wing backs on attack, left and right, and 3 ball-playing defenders in defence and centre, and 2 Segundo Volantes in the DM slots on attack. It's also got 2 advanced forwards on attack, inside forwards on attack, as the 2 wingers, and an advanced forward on attack as the striker. It's got an attacking mentality, custom Spider-Man tactical style, wide attacking width, focus play down left and right flanks, short passing, higher tempo, run at defence. In transition, it's counter press and counter with roll it out distribution style, high press, line of engagement and high defensive line, prevents short goalkeeper distribution much more often on the trigger press, gets stuck in, and then the advanced forward has tackle harder, and the wingers have sit narrower and tackle harder. The Segundo Volantes both have tackle harder. Wing backs have take more risks, cross more often, tackle harder. And 3 defenders have dribble more and tackle harder. The sweeper keeper also has tackle harder, because apparently all these good tactics always have tackle harder, and I don't know why. It must be something to do with how the game works. But then you always pick up loads of yellow cards, so you best have a big squad. Now, I'd actually started this save again after the whole debacle with messing about with the save file and losing it and deleting the one for Cambridge, so I had to restart. I ended up restarting at Bristol City, but then the winter updates, final update came out, and I was like, okay, I want to play on that. I probably won't get a chance to play at any other time of the year. So yeah, I deleted that save and just started this one, so that's why it's been delayed by a couple of weeks or 3 weeks or so much, and so forth. But yeah, you could have had a Bristol City save, so that's disappointing for Bristol City fans, because I would have been taking them to Premier League and FA Cup title glory. With Dagenham Redbridge, I'm going back to the style where I have a goal instead of it being 10 seasons or whatnot. So the goal is to get into the Premier League or the Championship. It depends on how long the seasons are and how long it takes us to get into those areas. But yeah, trying to get to either Championship or Premier League. If it's Championship, it's going to be playoff Championship. If it's Premier League, it's going to be surviving the Premier League. And also after the added bonus that I have to become a legend to actually leave the club. So if I'm not a legend by the time I'm in Premier League, we might be winning titles in the Premier League or FA Cups or Champions Leagues, and then when I get a legend, I'll then be leaving at the end of that season. But yeah, like I said, season preview is actually 14th, like I thought it was. It just said 12th on the club info page for some reason. So we're not the best team, and with my experience of playing FM this year, I always notice that Dagenham Redbridge have a poor season in the first year, and if they don't get relegated first season, they get relegated second season. So the aim this season is to get playoffs or top half, and with this tactic, with JYR, it's normally do really good tactics. So yeah, we'll skip ahead. Hopefully we can do very, very good. So let's quickly look at the transfers. So we have the real world transfers, so people joined us automatically in the game like they did in real life. I think Ryan Hill was one of those that joins real life. Anel Krasnicki, he was director of football. I thought 3-star current ability with a 5-star potential max. As a fringe player with a little wages, yeah, he'll join. Alex Kovacevic is also joining as our goalkeeper. He says first choice, but actually how it's been doing, it's been breakthrough prospect, he's been backup goalie. Strizovic, who's the backup goalie for Dagenham Redbridge in real life. He ends up getting loaned out to #United in January in this game. Even though I think he was actually loaned out a bit before that, for a month or something, or for a weekend or something like that, for a few games. Because one of the other goalkeepers went on international duty with England under 17s or something like that. But yeah, he has joined us as our backup. Hopefully he will eventually get good enough to be our regular starter in a couple of years' time. Stan Flaherty is another good player who's joined us. He's our right winger and AMC. He can also play left winger, striker and midfielder if we so train him to be. Ryan Glover joins us as our wing back on both left and right hand side, and he can also play winger and as well as wing back. So yeah, hopefully he'll be a very good player. Comes on loan from Aldershot. I think Lewis Page is automatically done. Charlie Kendall, I think he's a already done player. I'm not actually sure. I'm already forgetting all these. Conor Lawless, he is I think already a real life signing. Aidan Francis Clark, he joins us on loan from Luton. However, he's already been transferred to St Albans, so he'll hardly play any games for us, I would assume. And Keenan Folson joins us from West Ham on loan. And the only one player to leave is Emmanuel Honorise, who is a centre back. He's gone to Hartlepool. He looked a good player, but unfortunately, yeah, he is left the club. And with how the season has been going so far, so we're entirely undefeated in our pre-season friendlies, and then we lost our first game of the season against Altrincham. Then beat Southend, beat Gateshead, beat Maidenhead, drew with Barnet, lost to Wealdstone, but beat Fylde and Chesterfield. Currently takes us to 4th place in the league. 16 points in the first 8 games. It's not that bad for a team that's expected to be low down. And they're actually gone all the way down from 14th to 18th, so they're expecting like relegation battle almost. So yeah, we're doing really good considering all that stuff. And we've played a few more games, well, simmed a few more games through the instant result thing. But since the Chesterfield game, we beat Oxford, we beat Bromley, we drew Hartlepool and Halifax, beat Aldershot, beat York, drew with Oldham, beat Poole in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round, beat Woking, beat Bournemouth, beat Ebbsfleet, lost to Wealdstone in the FA Cup first round, which is disappointing. We should be beating a team like them, considering they're in the same league as us, and in my opinion a worse team than us. Solihull Moors we drew, Kidderminster we won, Dorking we drew, Rochdale we won, Barnet we won, and Dover we won in the FA Trophy 3rd round. And then it's all of a sudden gone wrong. We lost to Wealdstone. Wealdstone are our bogey side. We drew with FC Fylde, and we lost to Eastleigh. Currently we are still 2nd, but because of that bad run of results in the past 3 games, we kind of dropped off from being quite close to Chesterfield. I think they won those 3 games, and we have gone and lost 2 and drawn 1. So yeah, disappointing. Hopefully it's not a blip, or it's not a sign to things to come, it's just a blip, and we'll be back there fighting for wins and getting wins later in the season. In terms of things that have happened, Frankie Franz was loaned out. He's just a youngster, he could get really, really good. He's already improved quite well, which is good to see. Aaron Blair went on free transfer to Braintree, and Miles Weston, who was playing quite a lot for us, he's gone on free transfer to Bromley. They're all done automatically in real life. But I don't think Frankie Franz is. He was actually done by me. And then since last time, he was shown him. So since last time, Freddie Sears joined. He's a real life player that joined in real life. He doesn't look good at all, and he's played 1 game, and I doubt he'll play a game all season. And Shiloh Remy also joined us. He's a AMC left winger, right winger. Can also play right midfielder and a midfielder in the centre if we wish to train him that way. So first off, the thing to show, because we're 13th February 2024, is that the 15th place team in the end ended up being Uruguay. So Uruguay is now our national team for until, I guess, win the World Cup. Hopefully we can qualify for the World Cup at the end. So far they've got 9 points in 6 games, and yeah, they can easily qualify for that. And yeah, hopefully we win World Cup, and then we'll be moving to a different nation with them. So it's either Premier League or Playoff Championship for Dagenham and Redbridge, or World Cup with Uruguay. In terms of other transfers that have happened since last time, so Josh Strezovic was loaned out to Hashtag, like I said he was. I know that because I watch Hashtag United on YouTube. Udoka Chima joins us. He was direct football signing. Comes in £725 as a fringe player. I thought that's a brilliant thing for him. Only problem is he has a wage increase of 20 games, £1,200, 25 games, £1,900. So I have to be careful with that. Also, Harvey Kedwell joined. I think he's a real life transfer. And Dion Pereira joined. I think he is also a real life transfer. And he is probably our best player by a mile. in terms of the results. So it didn't go too badly. We kind of turned around, but kind of lost a few more games. So since the Easter game, we beat Chesterfield, we beat Weston-super-Mare, lost to Solihull Moors and Dorking. We beat Kidderminster, Oxford City, Rochdale, and then drew Eastleigh, and then beat Weymouth in the 5th round of the FA Trophy. Currently, we are still 2nd place, 6 points behind 1st place Chesterfield, and only a point in front of 3rd place and 4th place Solihull Moors and Dorking. Yeah, expectations now is to try and get to 1st place, but if we don't, win in the playoffs. Good thing to show you, we won our only game of this season for Uruguay, which is the 3-1 victory against DR Congo. However, with the tactic we're using, which is of course the Spider-Man for Uruguay, it will last for the next season, so we'll be playing all these games with it, and we'll also be playing up to probably here with Uruguay with the Spider-Man tactic as well. And then come the end of the club season, we then go to whichever tactic we used the season previously for the club season in the international. However, if we look at the results, so no more transfers came in, no more transfers came out, and hopefully we had a good squad to be good. So after the Weymouth game, I'll just fix that. You might have already seen something, but okay. After Weymouth, we beat York, we actually lost to Bromley, beat Halifax, drew with Southend, drew with Altrincham, and then we had an awful run of results. Lost to Spennymoor in the quarter-final of the FA Trophy, then beat Gateshead, then lost to Maidenhead, lost to Oldham, and lost to Boreham Wood, which basically sealed the title for Chesterfield. We did turn it back around in April with a win against Ebbsfleet, Woking, Hartlepool, drew with Aldershot, and then in the first round of the playoff first round, we beat Hartlepool 1-0. Solihull Moors we won in extra time in the semi-final, but Dorking Wanderers beat us in the final of the National League and go up alongside Chesterfield. So yeah, in the end we ended up finishing 4th. That run of results towards the end of the season, Maidenhead, Oldham and Boreham Wood games screwed us, and yeah, we were winning the games after that, but the teams that caught up to us in that time, Solihull Moors, Dorking and Chesterfield, were winning no matter what. So Chesterfield go up 96 points, Dorking finish 2nd and then go up in the playoffs, and we come 4th behind Solihull Moors and in front of Wealdstone. In the end, Ebbsfleet, Woking, Kidderminster and Maidenhead go down. But yeah, it's a good season, considering if we look at a season preview, we've actually gone down again with the 19th best team in the league, so we're expected to be in a relegation fight for next season. I think they've actually said for next season the board, actually no, they want to reach playoffs, but it might be changed. I don't know, they haven't got the board objective for next season yet. But yeah, a disappointing end to the season, but given the squad we have, a successful season. Hopefully next season we can get that victory in the playoffs, or even better, win as champions. It depends on the tactic we use, which is not yet to be figured out. But yeah, if you want to try out the GYR's Spider-Man FM24 tactic, go down into the description below. Why do you act it? Why don't you like this video? Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, you should get a download link, well not a download link, but a link to where I found the tactic off, which is FM Scout's website. You don't have to sign up, I don't think. If I do, tell me in the comment section and I'll say different how I promote this tactic. But you click download, and then what you do is you put it in your documents. If it is in your documents folder, which it shouldn't change, if you know what you're doing, you'll know how to put a tactic, where to put a tactic file. But if you don't, it's in documents, sports interactive, Football Manager 2024, Tactics, and then you just put it in there. If you haven't got a Tactics folder, just create one in lowercase Tactics, and then you just put it in there. And yeah, you basically get all these tactics you download in there. As you can see, some of them are mine, some of them are the people's that are for the next few seasons. But then you just click load, and then you find that tactic, click load, and then you get into your game. So that's how you do it. But yeah, that is enough for this episode. So if you have enjoyed it, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel as well for more FM24 content, and hit the bell as well for mobile notifications so you never miss an upload. You can also check out all my socials down in the description below alongside the downloaded tactic. And while you're at it, why don't you try and pledge to Patreon or something along those lines, because there's a save coming up soon, which is going to be a rebuild with Chesterfield, and the first 3 seasons, which is 3 seasons per episode. The first 3 seasons, at the end of that 3rd season, you'll be able to get those save files up on my Patreon, alongside the Derby County save files and the Arsenal save files from earlier this year. And also comment comments saying, how do you think the tactic went? Have you tried out the tactic? Is it working out for you? Tell me in the comment section tonight. I'd love to know. And yeah, I've been Matthew, also known as SamuraiHex, and I'll see you all next time. Hex signing out. Bye everybody.